Welcome back to Active Sports TV, LAC News, as I bring you another one. And hey, man, it's been a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Once again, sorry I couldn't get you this good content as it, broke and, the game wrapped up and gave you my immediate reaction and gave you a recap of what took place. I had just made it back in town, had to celebrate a beautiful weekend for my wife. Again, shout out to my beautiful queen. We celebrated for her. It was her birthday, her cake day, man. We did a whole bunch of things. I'm also going to upload a couple of those videos, man, just showing you such a good time that we had out there, man. If you're a subscriber, man, you're going to enjoy that. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Also, go and check out, my wife's new channel. She got some things going on over there, man. If you're a shopaholic and you're a woman and you want to, some of the gadgets and gadgets and some of your, accessories, things of that nature, you definitely want to go and check out, my wife's channel, Young Moolah Baby. Definitely give her subscribe. Check out her channel. Like. Subscribe over there as well. Good for kids. You know what I mean? Get definitely kid approval. Go check it out, man. Young Moolah Baby. Go check it out. As we get into this content, man, as you know, active, man, this is a Tighten Up edition. I come to y'all with the as cool as I can possibly be under this pressure and stress that Will Levis is putting us under as Titans fans. Titan Nation, Tighten Up gang. I had a wonderful weekend. A wonderful weekend. I mean, priceless, bro. One of the most memorable weekends of all, right? You just couldn't make it up. Storybook type weekend, man. We get to Sunday's game. I'm just knowing, right? After this terrible, tragic start to the season that our Tennessee Titans have taken off on after making all of these great offseason additions. We believe that the O line is finally going to get it together because they're under new tutelage of Bill Callahan. And, he's supposed to be a genie in a bottle. A man gets in there, touches things, and makes things great. The guru to the offensive line. Had high hopes, high hopes, high hopes, high hopes, Titans fans. I know I did. I know I did. I don't know if you did, but I did because after losing the great Derrick Henry, and we're going to get into what performance Derrick Henry put in a little later on after this show, as this show, reaches conclusions. But, guys, Will Levis took my joy away. He took my joy away. I'm so glad it was at the end of the weekend. I'm glad it was at the end of the weekend because, Will Levis, give it to everybody Levis, turnover machine Levis, I'm going to cook him. I'm going to cook him. This game was right here. This was the game that was supposed to be put up or shut up. Are you that guy that everybody can hold their hat on to invest so heavily around? Also, get rid of our also get rid of our quarterback in Malik Willis. I believe he was drafted in the third round. out of Liberty. Mailk never really had a chance. He came behind the same garbage offensive line, if the worst offensive line known to NFL history last year, our Tennessee Titans. We don't even have to go into that. Gambling issues leading to suspensions. Uh, People unprepared. I'm unprepared. We had just it was just terrible. Mailk never had a fair shake in Tennessee, and I'm gonna get into that. But before going forward, guys, you already know this is Active Sports TV, LAC News. This is a Tighten Up edition. Go ahead, man, hit them thumbs up. You should have had already done it by now. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I'm breaking down this game, man, giving you a recap, and giving you my raw reaction, man. Not immediate, but raw and uncut reaction to our Tennessee Titans, man, having a disappointing start to this season, man. We now at 0-3, which is something that I didn't think was. I mean, it was a possibility, but me just being in my total fandom and just being Titan crazy, I believe we was gonna be undefeated. That's just me. I said, okay, Green Bay, Jordan Love. We if he was the starting quarterback, which was assumed before the season started, because we had obviously Malik Willis, right? So we wouldn't think to be playing Malik Willis in week 3 for the Green Bay Packers, right? Someone that actually knows our all our defensive schemes, and knows our personnel. Didn't think we would be playing Malik Willis week 3 in Nashville. Just could not foresee that. I don't think any Titans fans can see that. We knew if Mailk was traded. I know I was rumblings within the Titans clan. You go to X, YouTube. My subscribers. Certain Titans fans, my group, my homies. You know what I mean? Talking about, hey man, they not doing right by this kid, Malik Willis. He looks good on this. He definitely got, you know, the feet to get away. You know what I mean? If developed properly, if developed properly, he can go far. Raw, young talent, high potential. Came to a team, came to an environment that wasn't favorable for him. Mike Vrabel wasn't too, impressed. Todd and, you know, our offensive coordinators just could not come up with the right offensive schemes to first allow Mailk to try to, be comfortable enough to throw the ball down the field, get into some type of rhythm, and have some continuity with his wide receivers because he never had any protection within the pocket whatsoever. The offensive line was the worst. So, and we was run heavy, run first, uh, offensive dominant team. That was just the formula of the diet for the Tennessee Titans. Hand it to King Henry 22 to 30 times if need to, and let the defense keep the game close, if not win it. That was the formula. This is the old Vrabel, mindset and culture. This is just what it is. We got rid of that mentality to try to now push the ball around the field, and Malik Willis just never got a fair shade. They didn't give him enough time. Will Levis came out rookie season, had 2 good games. against the Atlanta Falcons, against Miami, and everyone in Tennessee thought he was the second coming. Not me. I pumped my brakes. I pumped my brakes. He great performances, cannot deny it, but didn't see anything that over impressed me. And throughout the season, I seen a lot of these same mistakes from Will Levis that still occurred rookie season, that we gave him a pass for, just because people told me, hey, don't mind the boneheaded mistakes, the rookie mistakes. Don't mind him, forcing, the pass and throwing bonehead interceptions and underthrowing wide receivers, and trying to play hero quarterback ball, and shuffling in the pass, and trying to lateral passes and things of that nature, when instead of just sliding for the extra yard or taking the sack, not being really having the best quarterback IQ uh, per se. So Will Levis was given the benefit of the doubt. Everybody just rewarded him this position. And to me, I felt that we had two young quarterbacks that were still unproven, that did not have the weaponry or any type of, you know, personnel to support them, no veterans to groom them and bring them up to speed, and most importantly, protect them and allow them to grow into their full potential. We did that this offseason by trying to really get a whole new personnel. We had signed some great veterans, like our center, uh, Christianberry. Um, we got we end up signing our first round draft pick, J.C. Latham, to try to revamp the O line, and our we had Pete Farrell come back from his injuries and things in that nature. He hasn't really reached his full potential as of yet, but you know, just trying to hope that he has a breakout season, and that with these new pieces added, you know what I mean, along with our other first round draft pick, that the year before, J.C. Latham, um, that we restore the offensive line, and we can see which quarterback give us the best opportunity to win. During preseason, you know, I thought all the quarterbacks pretty much played about even. Mailk had, against the first strings, not too good, good outputs. Doing what he did against, the subpar competition he was going against in the preseason. They made a call that they were going to keep Mason Rudolph, who slightly did outdo Willis, I guess, in preseason, but I believe Mailk did enough. Stick around to possibly see what we can get out of the kid. They did make a nice trade. Can't complain. Thought that it would be in our best interest to do so. But hey, we believed in Will Levis, well, far too quick, if you ask me. Now, we're just gonna break it down and give you a sum of this, basically karma, you know, ven- the terror of Willis game, as he came back with full vengeance in his heart, to just came with the dagger and hit us right in our backs and let us know and put the pie in our face. We looking really, really, really just clownish and goofy. Don't we have a history of just looking like this? I mean, we get rid of the great A.J. Brown, best wide receiver in the NFL, arguably. to gamble and put our hopes into Travion Burks. He's gonna be the second coming of AJ Brown. You just go ahead. You trust us, Rob. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Excuse me, guys. Then we go ahead and people said this before it happened. Is just Titan karma. They're terrible with us. He's garbage. Oh my God! Well, he can't throw it down the field. He can't score not one touchdown. He can't. He holds the ball too long. Okay, he can run out of the pocket, but what else? What are we? What did the Titans provide for him? He only had 2 years under terrible coaching and the worst offensive line and no weapons. As of what you see with Will Levis, he had D Hop. We now equipped him with Calvin Ridley. We do have Boyd. We do also have a first round pick in Burks. Do I feel is poorly being used? And then being another scapegoat. We may have a third coming with Burks if he happens to get traded, which it looks like that's gonna be the Titans' next trade piece in the near future to try to bargain with a team, and I believe a team might end up getting another goal, the diamond in the rough from us because we just certainly can't develop these guys into reaching their potential to be the stars, or we wouldn't say Malik Willis is a star now, but or Travion Burks will be a star until proven, but we can certainly say with other team and other different toolage and a different culture, these guys shine a little brighter than they do with us. And it was just wasted draft pick after wasted draft pick after wasted draft pick. And as a Titan fan, seeing Derrick Henry leave, you know, we wanna have some feel good moments, and we thought Will Levis was gonna provide that, which is obviously not looking like the case. But I don't want to keep rambling. I just want to give you guys a little bit of what transpired of just the thinking of Will Levis. As you guys know, just to fill you in on the blanks before going forward, subscribe, like. Titans fans, this is where you want to be. You want to be right here checking out Titans content every Sunday. Gonna give you a recap breakdown of the Titans game. Also giving you updates and breaking news and hot topics on all Titans content. Pretty much whatever goes on with the Titans, you're gonna go ahead and slide my way, view and check it out. Entertain yourself, man. Get this pastime, man, on Active Sports TV. But I wanted to check this other content creator out, man. Good guy, man. Checked out his content, man. Makes great content. Jackson Cougar Sports. He went ahead and did a short little video, man. And it's a nice video, a nice breakdown. As you know, Will Levis in the first 2 weeks has been a turnover machine. I believe he has over 5 turnovers within the first 2 weeks. I believe 2 to 3 interceptions. Not to hold me on that, but also 2 to 3 fumbles. So Will Levis has definitely you know been giving the ball away, and then at crucial moments of the game, like against Chicago, throwing the ball out of bounds. You know what I mean? Basically throwing it to the wide receiver for no particular reason. I mean, to the cornerback for no particular reason, trying to force a pass to the running back for no reason. And you should have had just went ahead and took the sack. Did the same thing against last week opponent, the New York Jets. We're in the red zone. We're about to go up, 14 nothing, possibly if worst case scenario other than the worst case scenario. Well, like it can't get no worse with Will, right? But then it just get worse. It's just terrible. But we'll get into the excuse makers and the cupcake givers and the guys that just want to, coddle and put him against their chest and coddle him like a little old baby and give him bib and applesauce. I am so tired of these Will Levis, uh, 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 you know, damage support group. I don't understand what's going on with them, man. Trying to make all of this about everything but Will Levis as our captain, as our leader. You want the shine, you want all the glory, you will get all the criticism, and you will get all the blame. He is the quarterback, period, and he's not learning from his mistakes. Clearly, 2 weeks in a row, we have seen Will Levis do the same exact thing over and over and over again, and people is just saying, "Oh, well, it's the offensive line." The offensive line has not been terrible each week up until week 3. That's not been the case. Yes, they've been bad, but not necessarily bad. Some weeks they've been okay, they've been average. But you gotta understand, we still got new personnel upon the offensive line as well. These guys have to get continuity. They have to get chemistry. They have to be able to build and understand, how they can, best fit each other and work best off each other. Will Levis has to be a better decision maker as our quarterback and ensuring that these guys can count on him. It's not their job to make the play from the offensive line. It's their job to give him enough time to make a play. But Will Levis, when given that time, he has to make the right play. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other side, giving them the ball in crucial moments, allowing them to kill us and pretty much eliminate us from having opportunities to come back and be victorious in the game. It is just quite, mind boggling, and it leaves us dumbfounded as fans. Like, dude, how are you expected to remain the starter with these bonehead idiotic mistakes? And everybody is claiming, oh, well, he has to remain the starter. By all means, he has to remain the starter. I say no. Was Malik Willis given that same, golden pass? Was Malik Willis escaped from that harsh criticism? Was he not pulled as the starting quarterback in the first year of his development? So we cannot make Will Levis believe he's entitled to the quarterback position to where he feels like he can go out here and lose these games for us, and it's okay to learn the worst way possible, and then we end up breaking this man and he's unfixable, and then next thing you know, we waste the whole season and we waste all of this off season, all of this good work that our GM came together and put together to try to put him in the best position. We let that all go to waste for the next 3 to 4 years because we want to see him just learn the worst way possible. No, he has to understand it's competition. Mason Rudolph should be able to at least be given a chance if this continues. But going into this guy, man, Jackson Kruger, man, he breaks it down to us, man, and just shows us how Will Levis makes another boneheaded turnover. I believe this is turnover number 6. Don't quote me on this. And, it's the same mistake over and over and over again. Underthrowing his receivers. Not looking and having pocket awareness. Just having happy feet and throwing the ball to pretty much anywhere. not allowing his wide receivers to have a chance to make a play on the ball. Um, just all of these things, man, and it is not, you know, I feel a proper way for him to learn this way is gonna be discouraging, and you can clearly see his comprehension of knowing what to do and not to do. He's failing at it. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. This is Jackson Cougar Man Sports. Go over there and like, subscribe to the content. I mean, to his YouTube channel over there, man. He has great content. Let's go and check it out, man.
All right. Well, it happened again with Will Levis. Obviously, the story of the first couple weeks is his just sort of really tough turnovers. He has another tough one here. So it's zone coverage the Packers are in. It's a cover three zone. That is the route that DeAndre Hopkins is going to be running on this one that certainly makes sense right here. You can see how it could get into a gap in coverage kind of underneath Jair Alexander's route. But when the play begins, you see Alexander is kind of all over this. He's essentially jumping the route. You see him moving in. It's just something you kind of have to be aware of and can't really be making this throw right here. The issue for Will Levis, the ball's already in the air. He's already thrown it. Levis was essentially just blindly throwing this one, hopeful that because it would work on paper, it'll work in practice. Wasn't really paying attention to Alexander, and because of that, you see Alexander.
Now let's run that back. Let's run that back. You know what I mean? Because he breaks it down, and I love how, he articulates it and gives us basically the X and the O's. So I want, short video, man. Titan fans, bear with me. This is gonna be a long video. Like I said, this has been a long weekend. I wanted to give you guys a full reaction and recap to what transpired week 3. We start off to this sluggish start, but hey, Will Levis, you gotta get it together, man.
With Will Levis. Obviously, the story of the first couple weeks is his just sort of really tough turnovers. He has another tough one here. So it's zone coverage the Packers are in. It's a cover three zone. That is the route that DeAndre Hopkins is going to be running on this one that certainly makes sense right here. You can see how it could get into a gap in coverage kind of underneath Jair Alexander's route. But when the play begins, you see Alexander is kind of all over this. He's
I
essentially
mean,
jumping the route. You see him
right
moving
on
in.
it.
It's just something you kind of have to be aware of and
Come
can't
on
really be
now.
making this throw right
And
here.
then
The issue for Will
when you
Levis,
get
the
into
ball's
different
already in the
reads,
air. He's already thrown.
and my thing is, he doesn't even look off the one receiver. Like, he doesn't pump fake. He doesn't attempt to look. Now, as you see, he has all of his wide receivers barely breaking into their routes. You can easily get 5 yards to our tight end who's in the middle of the field. I'm not too sure who that is at the moment. Then you have on the opposite side, you have Calvin Ridley, who looks like he's either running that's going to go a go route that, or he's probably going to come back as well as D Hop, and he will have the same opportunity on the opposite side of the field. Will Levis overly and anxiously runs into, overly and anxiously rush into trying to make this play without doing a full, you know, observing of the outlet, the outlook of what was transpiring on the defense. And this is something that he does week in and week out. He has to be a better decision maker. He has to gain, chemistry with his wide receivers, and more importantly, he has to gain their trust. And this making plays like this is something that's definitely gonna have veterans like D Hop scratching his head and questioning, is this the guy that we can lean on? Will Levis, you have to step up, regardless of all of the people out here trying to protect you. You have to be a better decision maker. You have to be a leader and a better quarterback.
Levis was essentially just blindly throwing this one, hopeful that because it would work on paper, it'll work in practice. Wasn't really paying attention to Alexander, and because of that, you see Alexander jumps the route
Bro,
easily, doesn't just get the interception, returns it all the way for 6 as well. Great play by Jair Alexander, and this one not as bad as the other tough turnovers we saw he had in week 1 and 2, but still, when the story is you can't protect the
wow.
football, throwing a pick six, not going to help that cause.
This is not Madden. You cannot just make boneheaded blind throws. It was there in practice. It's gonna be there in the game. These are pros. Pros. This is just the first of many turnovers in this game. He also had one late at the end of the game. Terrible, ridiculous. Um, Will Levis have to play better, guys. And you know, on that note, we're just gonna break it down, man, and give you some stats, of how the game went, and that's how we're gonna wrap it up. Shout out again to my guy Jackson Kruger, breaking it down, giving us some of that film work, man. Go and subscribe one more time over to his content, and like, man, subscribe. You definitely, have some good work over there. You want to check it out. But as you see, man, I'm gonna break it down. Malik Willis went on a tear, guys. Give me 1 second. Trying to take care of something. Get everything together. But Malik Willis went on a tear, guys. Tried to snatch my heart out today. I said it. If developed properly, the guy will show promise. And today, and for the last couple of weeks, Green Bay has definitely stumbled upon a diamond in the rough, man. Will Levis won for them last week after Jordan Love went down. He then gets his revenge against the Tennessee Titans and kills us, putting up one of his best performances as a pro quarterback up to this date. Obviously, against us, what better time other than that, right? Malik, dang. Crazy, bro. Where they kill us like this. But he puts up 202 yards passing with the touchdown, no interceptions. That's the most important thing with Malik Willis. Even though he's very hesitant at times and does hold on to the ball at times, he's not likely to, throw the ball, and cause and allow turnovers. He, for the most part, a great runner, knows how to tuck the ball as he run, knows how to slide, um, knows how to throw the ball out, and even throw it out of bounds when it's a dead play. He has good awareness, good IQ, and it's only going to get better with a great quarterback coach. And Green Bay, they've been known to have the best quarterback coaches with Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. So he's in good hands. If they can do something with that talent, he looks like Jordan Love. Even though he signed that big contract, Malik Willis, if not even in Green Bay, maybe looking at a a good big offseason contract coming his way. If he keeps putting up these type of performances. He also puts up 73 yards on the ground with an additional rushing touchdown. So he contributed with 2 touchdowns and being an all around quarterback. Not only was he, you know, and very dynamic, you know what I mean, and looked good, man. Looked like he was very seasoned. Um, it's nice to see Malik do exactly what he done. Even though it's not with us, I had high hopes for him, and I'm glad that he was able to put on the performance that he did. Uh, when coming to us, switching to the Titans, uh, really not too much to be said. Well, Levis throwing the ball entirely too much, if you ask me. Brian Callahan, he has to do better as a coach. He's not putting Will Levis in the best position, if you ask me as well. You are, forcing him to throw these balls and make him throw these tight balls in these tight windows, making him play hero ball. It's time to get the running game going. It's time to start running the ball. We have two dual running backs. I would like to see more carries out of Tajay Spears. Definitely more carries out of Tony Powell. Get some more screens going. Start allowing him to get comfortable with the screen pass and slants and curls and comebacks so that he can get a rhythm with his wide receivers and his running backs, and we can start developing a nice sound offensive uh you know attack and try to look a little 10 times better than what we're looking right now. It's awful. This is on Brian Callahan. I believe this game is definitely on Brian Callahan just as much as Will Levis and the offensive line. He's, to be blamed the most. Still have not won his first game as a head coach, and that has to change. He has to do something better for Tennessee. He should, be at the drawing board along with that. Bill has to do the same exact thing. Get the O line, man. We heard that you're a genie in a bottle. We want to see a miracle. We want to see you go ahead and bless the team with that magic touch. Get it going. Let's tighten up. Let's tighten up. Let's go into week 4. Let's try to, get this. We know we got a long season. Our bye week is late this season, in the late weeks. We have to win these next couple coming games, guys. So, Will Levis put up, throwing the ball 34 times, completed 26 of them, a nice completion rate, but it all goes for nothing when you turn the ball over. Threw the ball and scored 2 touchdowns. Also threw 2 interceptions, negating the 2 touchdowns. Um, our running game was quite terrible, but I believe didn't give the proper opportunity to shine. It's hard to get things going when your number one running back Tony Pollard only touches the ball 6 times. Also, the Tajay Spears only carried it twice. Will Levis was also one of our higher rushers today. We're rushing out the backfield for a total of 12 yards and rushing for three carries. So that's not gonna do it. Excuse me, guys. That's not gonna work. Um, Disgusting. Back to the drawing board, guys. Tighten up defense, man. Had a bad performance. Will Levis, Malik Willis dominated him. No one had a good game other than Ernest Jones, who put up 10 tackles today and assisted on 3 tackles. We still didn't get any turnovers. Time to do better, man. So tighten up, gang. This is the tighten up edition. Thank you guys for supporting me, subscribing, and active maniacs, active plan. You know what the motto is. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Tighten up, gang. We coming back with a vengeance. We're gonna go ahead and turn this thing around. It won't be, the end of us. It's just a terrible start. We're gonna go ahead and work out all the kinks. We will run off a couple of games and get these winning streaks going. I'm totally in, belief for that. Tighten up, gang. If you with me, throw them T's up. We will be back all the way from Cali to Tennessee, man. Y'all go ahead and keep them heads high. We'll go ahead and turn around. Will Levis, stay in the lab. Stay in the lab. Wide receivers, veterans, lock arms with them, man. Do the same. Let's do it. Tighten up, man. Tighten up. Tighten up. I hope you guys like this episode and this edition, man. Uh, Check me out. Subscribe. Like. I also got other content from hip hop reactions, videos to hot topics, current events from NBA. I'm a Los Angeles Clipper fan. We will be getting to that news. LAC news definitely Off season coming to an end. Want to check out that content as well. Boxing, post fights, everything. You want to be subscribed to Active Sports TV. Y'all have a wonderful night. We out of here. Peace.